Okay, cool.
Life form data successfully copied. Scan.
Ooh, gang, that face, that's the O. I'm cooked. Bro was sitting there like, hey everyone, just Josh here. Today we're coming with a different video this time. A couple days ago, Death Battle just released its newest episode, Metal Sonic vs. Cell. Seeing as how I'm a big fan of both series, I think I can get my thoughts on it, react to it a little bit. Disclaimer, I am not an expert power scaler. I do not have any type of bias towards either of the franchises. Obviously, I mean, look, just look, but I do know these characters well enough to where I can give my honest thoughts about who wins this fight, and I think it'll be pretty fun, and I hope you enjoy. And before we get into it, I just want to thank you guys for getting me up to 900 subscribers. We're almost at 1,000, so if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I have more content planned and stored, and I appreciate all of your support. With all that being said, let's get to the video. This animation already looks like really
Cell
good.
versus Metal Sonic.
Which copycat android is truly the superior model?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
Dude, this
death
looks
battle.
so good. Like already.
There's a monster
Okay, we're doing Cell
stalking
first.
Gingertown. No one who's seen it has lived to tell the tale. All it left behind was their clothes.
Boy.
Something ate these people's insides, leaving only a shadow behind.
Some kind of creature driven only by the need to feed. Earth's new apex predator, the ultimate life form.
The Namekian Piccolo went to investigate this manslayer and discovered that it was intelligent. Its tail could unravel to absorb its hapless victims and add their energy to its wretched gestalt.
But the nightmare was only just beginning, because for its last trick, somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The mystery of this creature's origin was decades in the making. Years ago, the world was terrorized by the most advanced paramilitary organization in history, the Red Ribbon.
It says this death battle will prioritize Dragon Ball's primary canon, the manga and anime. Okay, so they are using like Toei scaling for Cell. All right, cool. Also, watch original Dragon Ball. I know some of y'all haven't watched it out there. Y'all better watch it after this. All right, cool.
Army.
Until they got rocked by this little kung fu gremlin, Son Goku.
The
But
GOAT.
Red Ribbon's dream of revenge lived on within their head scientist, Dr. Giro.
Hiding
I
away
bet.
in his spooky cave laboratory, Giro would go to work studying the Z fighters from afar, learning everything
ever
there was
since
to
the
know about
20th
them.
section.
Building a series of androids that
At
would
least in
destroy
anime.
his spiky-haired nemesis once and for all.
He made a ton of them. Infinite energy androids, key absorbing
Max
androids,
Dragon Ball
trucker
Super
head androids, and
Original
even
Cell are not the same character.
ginger androids.
However,
fair.
none
Yeah,
of
fair.
Giro's creations were capable of matching that drive to improve that Goku and his fellow martial artists possessed.
Luckily, he had one more android left. A cute little booger so complex he'd take years after Giro's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from
yeah.
a single cell, get it? This android
7
possessed the
feet.
genetic information
I
of
didn't
all
even know
the
that. Okay,
greatest
cool.
warriors that had battled on Earth, and when fully evolved,
Nice
would
references at
become
the bottom. I know when to
unstoppable.
draw.
And with
Tap.
their DNA, Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques
Oh, and Kermit the
too.
Frog.
Common among all of them is the power to manipulate ki, or the energy that exists in all living things, and weaponize it to
Right.
fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multiform technique,
Also Piccolo,
Destructo
too.
Disc, and the Tri-Beam, his extra special favorite. Oh, weird, I'm not seeing Chaozu on this list. Sorry, bud.
Y'all also
Is
watch Dragon Ball Z
Chelsea
Abridged too.
Oh,
Okay. Cell can fire the Death Beam, as well as breathe in and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
and because he's got Piccolo's DNA, Cell can regenerate
These edits are
humongous
so
damage
good.
to his body at the cost of some keys.
Cell has survived having half his body vaporized multiple times, and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his being is eradicated.
Right.
Should that little bugger survive,
extremely
Cell
hard
will
to kill.
always return, even stronger stronger than before because of the Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta. Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
Sure, he can perfectly replicate attacks like the Gallic Gun, Spirit
so
Bomb,
basically
and of course
he has
Kamehameha,
everybody's
as well as
techniques,
teleport by
or at
locking
least
onto a
primary
living being's key
techniques.
signature.
But the best part of being a Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They can even
Yeah.
evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of battle.
Oh,
Combine that
They're using super. Okay, cool.
with Cell's healing factor, and he's effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual shonen motion machine.
Driven by a biological imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one problem. The Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our Trunks, future Trunks.
Future
Well, not
Trunks.
future
Future,
Trunks, but
future
another
Trunks.
future Trunks. It's very complicated.
Yeah, there's
there's
like-
5 timelines.
Right.
As Cell defeated and
It's
absorbed
like
the
5 of
androids,
them.
he evolved. Not only getting stronger, but changing his personality
Yeah.
and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well,
Comparable to Super Saiyan 2.
After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a
Crazy
full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying
this is
our
the manga
entire
scale.
solar system.
While the vast majority of our solar system's mass is located in the sun, this still means that Cell's key wave would have to reach 2.8 billion miles to eradicate every planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks and
Right.
even demonstrated outright in the video games.
Cell's even stronger in the anime adaptation, considering the time Frieza
ridiculously
blew up
stronger.
Namek. In the anime, the
It says Frieza also survived that same blast. Other toy characters like Garlic Jr. can create miniature black holes and nearly destroy a pocket dimension containing stars, making Frieza's feat consistent. Which makes sense considering that Frieza survived with half of his body remaining, and then Frieza showed up stronger on Earth, and then all the other androids after Frieza during that 3-year period of training to prepare for them, they were all stronger than Super Saiyans, which surpassed Frieza. And then first form Cell was stronger than all of those androids. So just by chain scaling, you don't even need the Toei scaling. I don't really get the Toei scaling because the movies and anime are 2 entirely different universes. But just from that other example from the chain scaling from Frieza, it makes it consistent regardless. So you don't really need this, but they're primarily sticking to the anime, so it's cool.
explosion was literally hundreds of light years wide and
Right.
lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far stronger than Frieza was at that point in time.
Hell, the
far, far
Namekians
stronger.
could sense him all the way from a different galaxy
Yeah.
and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
He's also
100%.
incredibly fast, capable of blitzing even the strongest Z fighters at the time.
I
Goku
think he
flew
caps
from
at
Grand Kai's
Universal.
planet of
I
heaven
don't think he
all the way to
goes
hell,
any higher.
hundreds of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect Cell was entirely without peer and, no longer wedded to Giro's
universe.
petty
Okay,
grudge,
cool.
decided to prove it
It's
with
accurate.
a tournament.
The Cell Games! And if Goku couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Jr.
Their last hope was Goku's own son, Go.
Go
After Cell arrogantly
easy.
let him power up,
Yeah.
Gohan unleashed his rage, pushed the bug monster to his absolute limits, and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth,
Vegeta
Cell
string.
was a victim of his own success. The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got
Right.
so mad he even blew himself
I like
up.
that story
Maybe he
concept,
does
too.
have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super perfect Cell.
Right.
Now with more lightning. In a battle for the ages, Cell put the entire weight of his biological programming against one lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how brilliantly Dr. Gero copied the Z-Fighters, he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for going beyond.
What can be
Yeah, that's
destroyed
what's
can
up.
always be rebuilt. All it takes to recreate the most fearsome warrior in the universe is one single cell.
Oh, that's nice. That was a really good
Hey, real
analysis.
quick, did you know death metal? Time and again, the world and its cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil and oval Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
I like the
And
sound
time
effects
and again,
already.
that same world and those same critters were saved by Sonic the Hedgehog.
Mother
No
goat,
matter
let's go.
how many robotic badniks the good doctor
Okay.
threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always sick.
Video games and IDW comics. All right, cool, because they are consistently canon with each other.
Spin jumps to the glowing weak spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur,
Sonic
he would
Forces
make his own
cutscenes are so
Metal Sonic.
Well, 0 points on creativity for that name, but god damn, he does look metal as hell.
They
does.
say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so Eggman built Metal with more than enough blast
Sonic,
processing to
Sonic,
match
Sonic,
his
Sonic.
prototype.
Metal can zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive black holes.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups, and even replicate his classic spin dash and light speed attack.
But he's got moves of his own.
He can attack with energy blasts, fire a chest laser, surround himself in an electric aura, or an impenetrable force
Maximum
field.
By
Overdrive.
overloading his circuitry with energy, Metal can activate V maximum overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path, at
Yep.
the risk of self-destructing.
You'd think all that'd be enough to turn the
Y'all
rodent
go
into
play Sonic
roadkill,
CD,
but it
okay?
only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
On paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way, and yet he doesn't. For some reason,
Yeah.
Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's
Yeah, that's really
defeats at the
interesting.
hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred of his rival and a
That's really interesting as a concept because Metal Sonic as a machine is pretty much stated to be better than Sonic in every conceivable way. But Sonic just has a different build that's just kind of like, yeah, no matter how far you upgraded Metal, I'm still going to beat him. And Metal Sonic isn't like a job or anything like that. Like, I know people slander both sides of Metal and Cell, but Metal and Cell have like, in particular, I'm like talking about Metal, like they've shown to have him beat multiple Sonic characters at the same time. He puts up a fight with Sonic a lot, right? I think it's only when Sonic teams up with his allies that Metal ultimately fails because he doesn't have that sort of connection with anybody on the opposite side, right? On Eggman's team. So it's pretty much just a, yeah, you can probably beat Sonic, right? But when Sonic and his friends join, you're done, bro.
burning desire to prove himself superior.
Yeah, well, when you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B, you know something's gone horribly wrong.
Metal's defeats gave him an existential crisis.
Oh, I love this
If he
moment.
was created to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman took Metal back to the drawing board and birthed him anew. You,
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all, far smarter.
especially after he copied Eggman's intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Also, go watch the Sonic OVA, okay? All those things I'm telling you to watch right now, they're actually very, very good. Go watch them. Or else. All right, anyway.
Neo Metal Sonic is equipped with scanners in his optic receptors that can copy a person's biodata, giving him the ability to recreate all of their abilities in seconds.
Like
Yeah,
the
that's-
Sonic Boom, Knuckles' hammer
insanely
punch,
overpowered.
Tails' magical swiveling asshole, and Big's ability to suck at fishing.
Metal isn't just learning their moves, he can replicate more esoteric powers like Silver Psychokinesis, manufacture Rouge's mechanical bat guards, or alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon invisibility.
could've copied
It's worth mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term and can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living organism's DNA.
Yeah, his copying is so busted.
Right here. Like, Tails was speculating that, hey, if Metal catches you, he can copy your fire powers. You know, and like he said, even possess the soul emeralds, like at the worst case scenario, right? And it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure they're going to state it like right now. But his ability doesn't pertain to any one specific power. It's just kind of like, yeah, he just happens to have this ability, even though he's a machine. He can just copy organic things as a machine and replicate it in his own way, at the very least, if not outright steal the powers. So basically, it doesn't matter if he's a robot. He can still mimic your power.
Doesn't really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he.
Literally.
Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying one of the mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction, Chaos.
Not the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes. The emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop time. And with either the Chaos Emeralds or...
This is where it's kind of up for sale. I'm sorry. Like, stopping time literally negates any and everything Cell has in this arsenal. There's nothing Cell can do.
Master Emerald, he can transform into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Completely invulnerable and completely golden, Super Neo Metal Sonic can move at faster than light speeds and has the power to move continents.
The Emeralds are inconceivably powerful. They've been used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate star systems.
On their own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like Sonic have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 Super Hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
Yeah, Sonic characters
So Super Neo Metal Sonic should be just as powerful as any of them.
Metal Sonic should outclass the younger classic Super Sonic, who has also fought the Time Eater and is capable of matching modern Super Sonic, Shadow, and Silver after copying their biodata. Super Neo Metal Sonic and modern Super Sonic have also fought evenly in Sonic Speed Simulator, as you see right here, which actually makes sense, yes. If a younger Sonic from back then could contend with someone who can rewrite timelines, then I'm pretty sure a modern version, a modern robotic version, of that character could perform the same feat. Like, it's especially when it's been shown time and time again that Metal is equal to Sonic, you know.
Though he's gotta be quick, because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant crystal projectiles, and the strength to match 3 supersonic heroes all by himself, Overlord is all-time final boss material.
And he knew it. His ego might as well have had its own health bar. Metal's drive to surpass his rival had morphed into the delusional belief that he was the original, and Sonic the loathsome copy.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their abilities, but Metal never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful, their friendship and teamwork.
Aw, how cute! Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, because it is impossible to land on those things.
Skill issue. Skill issue, bro. Like what was that? Hold on. Not death battle. You're not getting away from me, bro. You're not getting away from me. What was that, bro? You didn't even try. And what was this?
Dude,
What
Gag.
was this?
Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the
What was that? Huh? What was that? Like what is this? What is this? You're jumping off of the map. Nah, bro, I'm not accepting that. Skill issue.
final boss fight, because it is impossible to land on those things.
Skill issue, bro.
After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes? Maybe
Right,
Metal is more
like,
cunning than he lets on,
I don't know,
and is
man.
only biding his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
Okay.
Hey, I'm
Yeah, that
Chad, the voice of
analysis was pretty
Boomstick.
good.
And if you don't believe me,
All right, that was pretty good. Yo, I'm actually happy where they put him too, because the scaling makes sense and everything, and he should be at least relative to Supersonic, who done all these crazy things. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, Sonic characters are extremely cracked, like extremely overpowered, right? Like, not the most powerful beings in fiction, obviously, like, obviously not, but they are extremely strong, like way stronger than what people like believe. So that makes sense.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
it's time for a death battle!
I'm gonna pause it right here. Already, who do I think is gonna win? It's Metal Sonic. I just think that Metal Sonic has far better hacks. He scales higher. He's faster, and pretty much anything Cell can do, Metal Sonic can do as well, just by looking at him and copying his bio data. I really don't think this is close, especially after the information they've given and doing my own research, of course. But no hell, my guy Cell. He's really cool. One of my favorite villains. All right, let's go.
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik.
Yo.
Your reputation
Artemis.
precedes you. Bring me your strongest fighter or face
Oh, this is so interesting.
and prepare to kneel before your master.
Ooh, let's go.
Perfect.
All right, let's go there. All right, bro. Don't lose, Metal. Come on, bro. Put my parlay on you. All right. Don't get cooked by Cell, bro. Come on. You gotta fight back. Whoa.
Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Don't go out like this, Metal. Alright, what's up? This looks so clean. This looks so good. Oh, that's a little planet. Oh, that's so cool. What? Oh, he just drops it on like a super, like, oh my goodness, like a super spirit bomb. That's so cool.
Fool, you're dealing with the ultimate life form.
Oh, that looks so clean.
Data. Observe. Chaos. Gun.
That was like, get up. Okay, cool.
Life form data successfully copied. Scum.
Ooh, gang, that face, that's the O. I'm cooked. Bro was sitting there like,
It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet!
right? Gotta do a little bit more than that, bro.
I know.
And that's a little bit more.
I know everything about you, insect.
Bye, Cell. Nice knowing you, bud. Ooh. Oh my goodness. He's cooking. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was bleed. Dang. Oh, screw the earth, I guess.
Soon. 3, go. Don't you dare.
Whoa. Nice reference, of course. Oh my goodness. It's over. He's just you, but better. Oh my goodness, there could be. Come on, bro. Come on, Metal.
Just the
Come on,
greatest
Metal.
warrior in the universe. I am all of them.
Dude. That was clean.
If you are all of them,
Yeah, bro.
then so am I.
It's over.
I'll never lose. You are
It's been over.
like
Bro. It's been so over. It's so over. Ever since he went super and copied his bio data, it's over, bro. Oh, what a made up his brain. Oh, that's clean.
KO!
That is
So,
clean.
now Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and
And
the
the
Z
Z-Fighters.
Fighters? Well, that world's fucked. Our
Oh,
bad.
that's-
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in
How dare
Dragon Ball
Eggman
Z,
and Biden call
but
that?
Eggman's greatest
That's cool.
creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break
Yeah.
this down into
It-
4 categories: strength, speed,
speed.
abilities, and adaptation.
All right, cool. This is the analysis portion where I'm gonna give my honest thoughts on who takes each category. And hot take, actually, Metal Sonic takes all 4 of them, bro. It was a clean sweep, and I'll explain, but they're gonna give their explanation first, so I'm gonna have to agree or disagree with whatever they choose. So yeah.
First up, who was the strongest? Well, it's
I
no
think that's
surprise that
Sonic.
any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than base Metal or Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could
do
Metal
agree
match
with
Cell's
that.
solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying power of the Emeralds.
Yeah.
But hang on, Wiz. Those Namekians said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he could destroy
Right.
it in one go. Especially since it's only brought
just
up
being
theoretically
generous
and
here.
without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can
Yeah,
destroy
even
the
bone
wider
scaling is, like,
multiverse,
powerful
and
for
Super
this.
Neo Metal
Yeah.
would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge in strength.
He
And
just
with
cooks
Sonic
up his
characters
strength.
being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
At
it
his
is.
max speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the
Right.
radius of the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that to
Yeah.
Goku's flight from
I
heaven to
wouldn't say
hell
that's as
shortly
fast
after the
as-
Cell games, which covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Hey, just like Time Eater.
Yeah.
The difference, though, was that Goku was in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Perfect Cell can move upwards of 100 times faster than that.
Okay. Both Cell and Metal scale to characters with potential infinite speed feats, like Meta Cooler and Black Doom. However, these would cancel each other out, giving equal leeway. I'll get my thoughts in a second.
And so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that. Let's see if any of their abilities could tip the scales.
They shared many of the same powers, like
I don't agree with
telekinesis,
the speed
force
thing,
fields, and energy projectiles. Of note, though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic
Yeah.
cells.
On top of that, Cell Saiyan genes would let him
still
grow
think
in power
abilities
every
go to
time he almost
Metal,
died.
bro.
And his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his
Yeah.
juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open.
Yeah.
And with Silver's psychokinesis, or the Emerald
Which is why I
spatial
don't agree
distortion,
with the whole
Metal
speed
could
thing,
seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a
Yeah,
fighter.
Cell is the better
Sonic heroes
fighter.
haven't trained like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a wash.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful in response to their opponents, aka their adaptation.
And frankly, that's where this back and forth completely breaks.
was over.
Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability to physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb Android 17 and
they're not
18
actually
because they were
androids.
primarily organic.
They're actually
They're
more like
cyborgs.
cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata
by
through
looking
only a
at
few
photos.
seconds of direct eyesight, something he could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And
what I
using
said
it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Right.
Remember, Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place, quite literally biodata.
Cell's Saiyan
We don't
power-ups?
remember.
Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are described as being able to produce life energy, similar to Ki, so there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing
Yeah, like furthermore, the Earth's life force energy restored the emeralds, and vice versa. In Sonic Unleashed, the chaos energy can also manipulate souls, restore life, just like Ki. Makes sense. Yeah.
stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level, just like Gohan did.
Cell might be able to do anything the Z fighters know how to do, but that's not gonna help him, cause Metal can do anything Cell knows how to do. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, while Androids 16, 17, and 18 lack natural ki, they can imitate it with artificial generators. Metal Sonic's generators are similar, utilizing orgone energy, another form of life energy, further reinforcing that Metal could reliably imitate ki. Yeah, this is just like further confirmation that Metal can at least mimic ki to some degree, because the androids can't be sensed in the actual show because they are artificial androids, but they create ki with their generators, of course. That's why they have infinite ki.
Cell just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess, including any of his previous advantages.
But those androids
Metal's
are
copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I
Right.
guess now I get why they called it Sonic CD.
Why's that?
Cell died.
Go to game, by the way.
Wiz, you get it? CD? Wiz, where you go? Come on back.
So when it comes down to all four of these categories, I didn't agree with the fact that they gave speed and abilities to Cell. This is just me nitpicking. At the end of the day, I like both characters. This is not me slandering Cell. This is just my interpretation on how the fight would go, right? Even by their own arguments and arguments that they made in the past, I personally feel like they should have gave this to Metal Sonic for a variety of reasons, like all four of these categories. Like they already gave strength to Metal Sonic, which was obvious. I pretty much already knew that Metal Sonic was stronger, especially in his stronger forms. But I think base Sonic and base Metal are relatively equal in terms of stats. And it's been shown time and time again in the comics and the games that Metal Sonic is the rival to Sonic. There's also multiple different instances of him fighting characters who are at least in the tiers of solar system level, according to like Sonic Battle, and him fighting Emerald or Gemerald, who absorbed the 7 Chaos Emeralds. He was fighting him with the Chaos Emeralds already on person. Within his stronger forms, I'm pretty sure the super forms could last for days, or at least longer than a short time period, because we have games like Sonic Advanced or the Advanced series, and also Sonic Frontiers, games that have shown like he can last in the super form for quite a bit. So I don't think Cell wins the battle of nutrition with the added benefit of chaos control and warping space and time that Metal Sonic has. Based on their own argument with speed too, I don't think Cell takes speed. I just don't. There have been like numerous instances of Sonic having infinite speed, and we are just gonna ignore that when Metal is quantifiably faster than him, meaning he has shown more of those feats than just that one feat of the Time Eater. I think the Time Eater getting massively faster than light when he was affecting timelines is crazy, especially when it states that both of the Supersonics fly towards the end of time in order to fight him in the first place. Like, there have been multiple instances of Sonic crossing something infinite in size and breaking out of it and or traveling across, and we're not going to count that apparently. Plus, in Sonic Speed Simulator, Metal has shown that he can just take your speed, and even in his Neo Metal form, his abilities practically make him on the same league as Cell, even if Cell had the superior speed advantage, which I don't agree with to begin with. But let's just say that he did. Metal Sonic's abilities could counteract that, and now he's on a similar speed to Cell while also having all of his powers. You see why that argument doesn't really make sense with the multipliers when Metal Sonic can just copy that multiplier and just get fast, because he's literally stolen Sonic speed before. So he can still Cell speed, and so he's just as fast. Granted, I don't think that Metal Sonic should be slower to begin with, but if we're gonna take that argument into account that Cell is faster, I think Metal Sonic's abilities would counteract that, and he would take it just off of that alone. I can just argue that Metal can steal his speed, become faster, and he also has abilities like the Time Stop and Chaos Warp and the speed boost as well that can surpass Cell's already stated speed that they argued. They've done this plenty of times in the past where the character's ability could actually counteract somebody's speed or negate it, which gives the other character that speed feat. They've done that to characters like Goku and Deku, where their abilities ultimately counteract somebody's quantifiable speed. So for me personally, I give strength and speed to Metal. Once you state abilities like the Bio Data Scan and the Time Stop ability and all the Chaos Control powers that Cell cannot replicate, but Metal Sonic can replicate all of his powers and steal them, abilities would just go to Metal Sonic, would it not? And I would agree that Metal Sonic isn't the better fighter. Metal Sonic can just copy his bio data. It really doesn't matter. It was a clean sweep, which is fine. Like, I'm not mad at it because I knew that Cell was gonna lose. But when we're arguing stuff like how fast the character is, and he's 100 times faster than this character right here, then it should be a speed blitz, which again, if you're going to put in a black bar that they can be tied, giving leeway, but you were giving leeway to Cell, being generous to him for his strength, why not just give leeway to speed and just at least call it a tie? Personally, I don't agree with that. I feel like Metal should be faster, obviously, and I feel like Metal should get abilities because it doesn't matter what Cell has already. Metal Sonic can copy it, and he has all his other abilities on top of that, which Cell cannot copy, which ties into adaptation. So adaptation is the key factor here, and that correlates with everything else on the screen. So by that logic, Metal should just sweep everything and clear, right? I'm not saying this isn't a fight or nothing, but Metal Sonic kind of sweeps the floor with everything. But overall though, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Again, disclaimer, I'm not trying to say that Cell is washed, Cell's a bum. You are free to think your own opinion. Be nice to each other. Watch those shows and movies I recommended. We good? Okay. Also, if you're a part of my YouTube, please go check out the YouTube community tab in there. I post nearly regularly. So if you want any updates about my videos or just questions I throw out there that you can interact with as a community, I want to thank you guys for 900 subscribers. We still have a long way to go. follow my YouTube and all my social links down below, like my Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, etc. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a good rest of your day. See you later.